Everybody, and welcome to week number 3. So just a couple of updates and a couple of things to talk about before you jump into chapter 3. Now we are really talking about function. So far we've talked a lot about structure, right? We talked a lot about the anatomy of the eye. Now we're going to be talking about how these parts of the eye and parts of the brain interact with one another to really kind of tell us what it is that we're seeing in the world. So the very, very, very basics of vision is what we're talking about in chapter 3. Now, I will warn you, I think that this is probably the most dense chapter in the textbook. This and chapter 5, those are the two hardest chapters, in my opinion, in the textbook. There's lots of videos that I've made, and I know it can be kind of intimidating. So just watch a couple, take a break, come back another day, watch the rest. Don't feel like don't try to cram it. Take it easy. If you have any questions, please let me know. So remember that by this, because I'm posting this a little bit early, this Sunday, you want to have the week 2 quiz and discussion due, but you'll also want to go ahead and get started on week number 3, so that discussion and that quiz will also be due next Sunday, so a week from when I'm filming this. Let's see, is there anything else to talk about? I am also going to open up opportunities for extra credit. So if you want to bump up your grade, you can go online and you will have gotten an email about something called the SONA system. Basically, this is a spot where you can do research for the university. You don't even have to be on campus. A lot of these opportunities are online, so you can do them online, and you'll probably want to go ahead and do those now because not all of them are going to be around forever. Some of them are only going to be up for a couple of weeks. Some of them will open up in a few weeks, so you can check back regularly. Basically, for each survey that you do, you get 2 points for an exam. Some of these surveys take an hour. Some of these surveys take 10 minutes. So if you have any questions about those, let me know about that too. You'll see links on Plato for that. Otherwise, very quickly, I want to talk about some of the discussions that I've seen in Plato so far, where people mentioned what animals they would be interested in understanding in terms of their vision, what animals interest you. So a couple of the popular ones: dogs. Do dogs see black and white, or do they see color? The answer is somewhere in between. That dogs do have more. They do have color vision. They do have more than just black and white, but they're actually not very good at seeing certain shades of red. So like, for example, the coat that I have on versus this gray probably blends in together for these for the dogs, which they're around here somewhere. I'm at a tiny little river behind my house, and they're hiking. So that's dogs. Some people mentioned bobcats and cats and how their eyes will kind of glow, and the reason why that happens is because they actually have a layer of cells behind the retina that are very light reflective. And here's why that happens. You shine a little bit of a light on a bobcat or a cat, and their eyes glow back at you. What's happening is that light is hitting their eyes and then being reflected like a mirror right back at you. Why does it do that? Basically, it helps those species see in the dark. Because what's happening is that not only are those lights kind of hitting the retina, but also once they hit that reflective, I can't think of the name off the top of my head. It's like lucidus tapetum or something like that. Once they hit that reflective surface, it bounces back and it hits the retina again. So it's kind of like a very quick kind of activating the retina twice to try to get in as much visual information as it possibly can. So that's why some animals' eyes glow at night. Some people brought up owls, and owls are fun, not only because they're Westfield's mascot, but also because their eyes are so big that they actually don't have much space in their skull to really move them around. So their eyes are disproportionately big. They can't move their eyes, which is why they've adapted to have lots of head movement. So more than any other bird, owls can move their heads around with lots of ease. Somebody else brought up an octopus. Octopi are very interesting for their eyes because it's suspected that they got their eyes very differently than the way that we got our eyes. So if you look at kind of common ancestry and where different species diverged on the evolutionary tree, the eye for the octopus probably did not come from the same origins of the eyes that we have. And the Dawkins video talks about this a little bit, so it's really kind of a cool example of divergent evolution, or sorry, convergent evolution, where we have two similar kinds of structures that came through different ways, but basically provide the same abilities. All right, so I'm running a little bit long. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the discussion forums. Bye.